In the vast universe of scientific exploration, precision is paramount. Every experiment hinges on the careful selection of its participants. Inclusion criteria define the specific characteristics that individuals must possess to be eligible for a study. Conversely, exclusion criteria outline factors that disqualify potential participants. These criteria ensure that the chosen participants accurately represent the target population, allowing researchers to draw meaningful conclusions. By clearly defining who can and cannot participate, these criteria ensure that the study sample is homogeneous and representative. This homogeneity enhances the reliability and validity of the research findings. Furthermore, these criteria safeguard the well-being of participants, ensuring that individuals for whom the research poses potential risks are excluded. Inclusion and exclusion criteria are essential for upholding the scientific rigor of any research endeavor. They serve as guardians against bias, ensuring that the study sample is a true reflection of the target population. Without these criteria, research findings risk being skewed and unreliable. Consider a study investigating the effectiveness of a new drug. If the inclusion criteria are too narrow, the results may not be generalizable to a wider patient population. On the other hand, overly broad criteria could introduce confounding variables that obscure the true effects of the treatment. By defining the characteristics of the participant pool, researchers can estimate recruitment rates and resource allocation more accurately. Moreover, adherence to rigorous inclusion and exclusion criteria is essential for regulatory compliance. The selection of appropriate inclusion and exclusion criteria is a meticulous process, often involving a complex interplay of factors. Researchers must carefully consider the specific aims and objectives of their study, as well as the characteristics of the target population. Demographic factors such as age, gender, and ethnicity are often considered, as are health-related factors such as medical history, current medications, and lifestyle habits. The nature of the research question also plays a crucial role in shaping these criteria. For instance, a study investigating a new cancer treatment would likely have strict inclusion criteria related to cancer stage and previous treatments. Data availability is another crucial consideration, particularly in research involving existing datasets. Section 4. Applications across disciplines, from clinical trials to social sciences. The importance of well-defined inclusion and exclusion criteria extends across all research disciplines, from the highly controlled environment of clinical trials to the complex interplay of human behavior in social sciences. In clinical research, these criteria are paramount for ensuring the safety and well-being of participants. They also play a critical role in determining the generalizability of trial findings to real-world clinical practice. The field of AI and machine learning in healthcare relies heavily on large, carefully curated datasets to train and validate algorithms. Inclusion and exclusion criteria are crucial for ensuring that these datasets are representative of the target population and free from biases that could skew the algorithm's performance. In social sciences, these criteria are essential for selecting participants who represent the social groups and phenomena under investigation. Section 5. Navigating challenges, ensuring ethical and effective criteria. While essential, defining appropriate inclusion and exclusion criteria is not without its challenges. One common pitfall is setting overly strict criteria, which can limit the generalizability of the findings. Conversely, overly broad criteria can introduce confounding variables and make it difficult to isolate the effects of interest. Ethical considerations are also paramount. Researchers must ensure that their criteria do not unfairly exclude certain groups of people based on factors such as race, gender, or socioeconomic status. Solutions to overcome these challenges include engaging with patient and public involvement groups to ensure that the criteria are relevant and appropriate for the target population. Regularly reviewing and adapting the criteria as the study progresses can also help ensure that they remain relevant and appropriate. Section 6. Towards robust research, best practices and ethical considerations. Establishing robust inclusion and exclusion criteria is an iterative process that demands careful consideration and ethical reflection. Clear and unambiguous language is essential when defining these criteria to avoid confusion and ensure consistent application. Collaboration is key. Input from multidisciplinary teams, including clinicians, statisticians, and ethicists, can help ensure that the criteria are comprehensive and well-informed. Ethical considerations should be at the forefront of every stage of the research process. Transparency is crucial. By adhering to best practices and ethical considerations, researchers can enhance the validity, generalizability, and societal impact of their findings, contributing to a brighter future illuminated by the power of scientific discovery.